Here in Cincinnati, great American ballpark in a city steeped in baseball history. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Boston Red Sox going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Singy's trying to match the stellar performance by yesterday's starter. Looking forward to seeing what he's got today.
His teammate was lights out, Boog, in total command all game long. If he brings that same intensity again, these hitters are in for a long day.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the hill here today, Brady Singer. What do you got on him, Chris?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Just about to get started, Manny Ramirez now at the plate.
Number 24, Manny Ramirez.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
On the inside corner for called strike 3. Here's a check of the Red Sox lineup put together by manager Alex Cora. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Ted Williams up next for the Red Sox. Draws the walk there.
Take your bait.
If I were him, I'd be nibbling around the plate as well. I mean, this guy is just capable of hitting pitches outside of the zone and driving them a long way.
David Ortiz up next for the Red Sox. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Here's a 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Center fielder, Johnny Damon.
So here's Boston's cleanup hitter, Johnny Damon.
No, that's foul.
The 1-2.
That's a check. Did he swing?
Appeal to third. No swing. Earl Hendricks with the call. Williams, the runner at first with 2 gone. Over to first, and he's saved. The 2-2. Got him swinging for the K. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Now it'll be the Reds' turn. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here in Cincinnati. And getting the start for the Red Sox, Garrett Crochet. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago.
Well, when your numbers are coming in under 3 as a starting pitcher that's going out there every 4th or 5th day, taking the ball, competing against really good big league hitters, it's extremely impressive. And you wonder what he figured out last year that he can carry into this season that can help him to maintain that number or even drop it lower. We'll see, but we know he's got good stuff, and he should be really good in this one today.
The 2-1. And a big swing and a miss. Next pitch is outside. Liner caught at second.
Batting second.
Take a look at the lineup.
Johnny
They're dealing with a top-level
Damon.
arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for him. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get one pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Foul ball. Now all even up. And a good
Ball.
eye there. And that's
Ball
too
four.
high.
Take your
Ball
base.
4.
Well, he tried to
Batting
nibble right
third,
there and
the
just missed his
shortstop.
spot.
There.
Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
One down. Barry Larkin will hit next. That misses the zone, and it's 2-1. Now a screamer into the outfield, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Bench around third and on his way to the plate. The relay throw. He will score, and the Reds have the lead. 1-0.
Well, the strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. Crochet checks the runner, and he's back in there. Man at second. Just
Ball,
missed.
no.
That's
a ball.
And the count is 3-1. Crochet, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. Base hit into the outfield. Now a long throw home. It's off the mark, and he scores. And they lead by 2.
Well done. Drives in the run. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
And now Adam Dunn.
Ball.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
That
He
one
rides.
finds the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Suarez, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. And it is out of here. His first homer of the year, and they add a couple more. It's 4-0.
No, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
Stepping in, Joe Morgan.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
This one in the air right field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged over to start the season and get into a slog.
In now for the Reds, MLB Marte. In the air, right field. And there's 2 down.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game
Center
left.
fielder, J.J. Bleday.
This is J.J. Bleday.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
He's trying for third. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. We move to the second here in Cincinnati. It's the Reds 4 and the Red Sox nothing. This is Reds baseball on the show, Ohio. Back here at Great American Ballpark. Top of the second.
Fell early in this ball game, down by 4 runs. You've got to try to get a run back and just look at taking at least 1 an inning. Before you know it, you'll be tied up.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
He's already pitching with a 4-0 lead, so we should see him be aggressive. Fill up the strike zone. Don't issue free passes.
And that skips into dirt. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with pitchers going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. I mean, there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout rate might impact the pitch count as the innings roll on.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Two down, nobody on. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Red Sox go down quietly. They trail it here 4-0. Back here in Cincinnati. So here's the Reds pitcher, Brady Singer. The 1-1. That one fouled off. Singy wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though. Seems like it can be really hard at times for pitchers to throw the ball right down the middle. They're so used to working on the edges, but then you have a guy up like this. He can't hurt you. Just throw it down the middle.
Popped up, and there's one down.
Up next for the Reds, first baseman, Tony Perez.
So back to the top of the Reds lineup. Tony Perez digs in now. Up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. And that's an infield single despite a great effort at shortstop.
Up next for the Reds.
Runner on at first with one gone. Here's the catcher, Johnny Bench. The lefty ready, and a 1-1.
That's a strike.
That's a strike across the top of the zone. Man at first, one away. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
It's been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
That one ripped, but foul. Perez off of first with 2 away. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. That is the inning. Reds leave 1, but they're in front 4-0. Top half of the third inning. So stepping in for Boston, Jason Varitek.
Ball 2.
Next
Ball
one
3.
misses. 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And he swings through that one. Strike 3, and now 6 strikeouts in a row.
Pitcher Garrett Crochet.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Now here's the pitcher for the Red Sox, Garrett Crochet. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Larkin sends it to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third.
Up next for the Red Sox, left fielder Manny Ramirez.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Now the left fielder, Manny Ramirez.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Got him looking. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Back here at Great American Ballpark. Well, Singy, he came in fresh off an outstanding outing, but today hasn't been easy.
Yeah, he's been grinding it out so far, Boog, but still a ways to go in this one.
And now it's 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swings and misses, struck him out.
For the Reds, left fielder Adam.
Next for Cincinnati, Adam Dunn. One now. Hit on the ground to short. Into the outfield, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Reds, second
Joe
baseman,
Morgan, the next to hit for the Reds.
Morgan.
Here's a 1-1.
Ball 2.
Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. In the dirt. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Morgan thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still 2 challenges left for them. So up next, Noel V. Marte.
Right fielder, Noel V. Marte.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in the second game of the series. That missed by a lot. Ball 3. Action in the pen down there. Brian Bayo, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. The 3-1. Late with the swing there. 1 out. Runners at first and second. High fly ball right field. Williams should have this one, and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Reds, center fielder, J.J.
Here's the center fielder, J.J. Bleday. First and second, 2 down here in the last half of the 3rd. Next
Ball.
pitch is outside. Swing and a miss as he was late. Two on, 2 outs. That
Ball.
one just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And a payoff pitch. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Reds strand a couple. They lead 4-0. Back here in
Leading off for
Cincinnati.
the Red
So
Sox,
stepping in for
right
Boston,
fielder,
Ted Williams. The 1-1.
Ball
Just
outside.
missed.
You know, these Red Sox, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Ripped to short. Over to Perez. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the
Up
ball
next
out
for
of
the
the
Red
air,
Sox,
lets the
first
defense work
baseman,
behind him with
David
another ground ball.
Ortiz.
Good execution.
And next for the Red Sox, David Ortiz. The Reds leading by 4. Top half of inning number 4. Hard hit left side. Fires over to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
Up next for the Red Sox, center fielder, Johnny Damon.
Johnny Damon, the next to hit. Two down, nobody on.
Ball.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Swing and a miss, struck him out. With number 9 for him in this game. 9. Down in order go the Red Sox. They're down 4-0. Back here at Great American
Leading off
Ballpark.
for the
Well,
Reds,
Singy, he came in
pitcher,
fresh
Brady
off an outstanding outing, but today
Singer.
hasn't been easy.
Yeah, he's been grinding it out so far, Boog, but still a ways to go in this one.
The 1-1. Right side. One out in the bottom of the fourth.
Up next for the Reds, first baseman, Tony
Back to the top of the
Perez.
lineup. And now the first baseman, Tony Perez. Right through there. Got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Two down, bases empty. Johnny Bench, the next to hit for the Reds. Here's a 1-1. Swings and misses, went with the sweeper. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. It's the Reds 4 and the Red Sox nothing. Ready now for the 5th inning. Still stepping in for Boston, Bobby Doerr. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. He's got it, and there's one down.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through
Up
one
next
more
for the
inning,
Red Sox,
anything after
third
that, a
baseman,
hitter or
Wade
two is
Boggs.
bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Not there in time, and that's the first hit for them in this one.
Up next for the Red Sox, shortstop.
So man
Trevor
aboard.
Story.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Trevor Story.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
In the air, right field. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Red Sox, catcher, Jason Varitek.
Jason Varitek up next for the Red Sox. Boggs off of first with 2 away. On the ground, right side. Inning over. That'll do it for the offense, but not before they manage to break up the no-hitter. You're watching Reds baseball on The Show, Ohio.
Now pitching for Boston.
Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and
66,
taking over on the mound, Brian Bayo. Getting ready to make his season debut. Barry Larkin
Leading
getting
off
ready
the
to
Reds,
hit.
the shortstop, Barry Larkin.
Payoff pitch. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that'll get down for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for the Reds,
Hey, Eugenio
third
Suarez
baseman,
up to hit now.
Eugenio Suarez.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
That cutter right there had just enough movement on it to get the swing and miss. It wasn't a great location by any means. That's typically a spot that hitters can handle, so I'd say he fooled him with just enough of that late action.
out front for strike two. Quick toss to first.
No,
Marcus
he's safe.
back on a dive. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first.
Out!
That completes the strikeout, inning over. So one left for Cincinnati, but they lead it 4-0. Back at the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us. Looks like a pinch hitter for the Red Sox, Dustin Pedroia.
Pretty surprised they're going with a pitcher off the bench here, Boog. I mean, they must be trying to save what they have left in terms of position players for later or something.
And that one hammered way back there. And it bangs off the foul pole. Home run. A solo shot. And they're chipping away. It's 4-1.
It's so tough to come in as a pinch hitter and have success. I mean, you really have to keep yourself locked into the game and ready at any time. So it's always impressive to me when someone jumps in there and hits it out. It's a huge lift for your ball club as well.
Back to the top of the order. Here's the left fielder, Manny Ramirez. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
But you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
And a 2-2. Hit hard on the ground is short. Larkin sends it to first. One away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer.
Right fielder, Ted Williams.
So digging in, Ted Williams. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. Over to first. Nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Red Sox, first baseman David Ortiz.
2 outs, base is empty. David Ortiz now at the plate. Ripped into right center. Base hit. Around first and hustling for second. Lede fires it in. And they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback.
Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
So runner at second, 2 down. Johnny Damon digs in now. Man on second, 2 down.
Right through there for a strike. The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
Went with the sweeper, but it misses. Man at second. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. Struck him out swinging. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. The Red Sox pick up a run on the homer. It's now a 4-1 ball game.
Now pitching for Boston.
Back now for the bottom of the
Number
6th,
57.
and there's a new pitcher on the mound.
Weiser.
Greg Weiser, ready to make his season debut. Noel V. Marte getting ready to
right
hit.
fielder, Noel V. Marte.
Swings through it for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
The Red Sox with some bullpen action. Number 56 appears to be getting ready. And I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Kelly getting loose as well. Here's a 2-2.
What do you got?
Swing. Appeal down to third. And Earl Hendricks punches him out. That's a strikeout.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
2 down, nobody on. Swings and misses. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. It's the Reds 4 and the Red Sox 1.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back.
Reds.
We're in the 7th. We have a new
Number
pitcher on the
53,
mound. Brock Burke.
Brock Burke.
Leading off, Bobby Doerr. The Bo Sox in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Morgan gets under it. He's there. He's got it. And there's one down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
There's Wade Boggs now. This one in the air, center field. Lede settles under this one. And there are 2 down.
Up next for the Red Sox, shortstop Trevor Story.
Here's Trevor Story now. Two down, nobody on. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch. Nothing doing for Boston, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
First baseman, Tony Perez.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Got him swinging. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
Oh, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss as you did right there.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 2. Challenge from behind the dish here. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. They'll keep their remaining challenge.
Ball.
Got him looking. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Now this pitching staff has been merciless against him in this one. I mean, he struck out 6 times in this series, and we've seen no adjustment out of him so far.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Red Sox bullpen. Greg Weisser done for the afternoon. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for Boston.
A new arm into the game, the righty, Zach Kelly. He's into the game with the bases empty. And now it's going to be Barry Larkin.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. That gets down for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Eugenio Suarez, the next to hit for the Reds. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. Larkin leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Relay throw home. Safe. It's 5-1.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Now the left fielder, Adam Dunn. And it was a homer back in the first inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast, and that swing will give him confidence the rest of the way.
Swings through that one for strike 2. Man on second, 2 down. Inside. It's 2-2. Got him swinging for the K. Good job at damage control right there. Run scoring double here for the Reds. It's now 5-1. This is Reds baseball on the show, Ohio. We go to the 8th. So stepping in for Boston, Jason Varitek. Ball to strike. The pitch.
You know, these Red Sox just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Check swing, he held up. Ball 3. In the air, center field. Bleday has a beat on it. And there's one away.
Up next for the Red Sox, pitcher Zach Kelly.
Looks like a pinch hitter for the Red Sox.
Number 12,
Mike Napoli. Looking to start something with one gone. The Bo Sox down by 4, and we're in the top of the 8th. Well struck right field. And that one is off the wall. So that will bring up the top of the order with one away.
Up next for the Red Sox.
And now, Manny Ramirez.
Ball 2.
That one hammered, but pulled foul.
Oh, good solid contact right there, just a bit out in front of that fastball. Got to try to stay on that backside just a little bit longer and see if you can do some damage.
The 2-2 on the way.
Ball
Just
3.
misses the mark outside the zone.
Didn't get the result he wanted, but that's a nice pitch right there.
This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Perez takes it in for the out. Out number 2.
Up next for the Red Sox, right fielder Ted Williams.
And now Terry Francona makes his way out of the dugout towards the mound, and he'll make a change. Brock Burke gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
Tony
the Reds,
Santia on the pitch here.
64.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Ted Williams up next for the Red Sox. The 1-1. He swings and fouls one off. The 1-2.
That's a ball.
Napoli, the runner at first with 2 gone. And they'll do it again. The 2-2. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup, and that's the 3rd out. One left for the Red Sox. They're down here 5-1.
Now pitching for
Back
Boston,
now, new pitcher on the
number
mound as we
56.
roll into the bottom of the 8th, number 56. And this is the best way to make your major league debut. No one on base.
Yeah, you're already going to be a little nervous out there, so I think it's a nice job by the skipper to get him in here without any added pressure with traffic on the bases.
That
Ball.
one missing inside.
Well, these Reds doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. Despite having 9 hits in the game, the numbers don't exactly jump off the page in terms of exit velocity.
Ha!
Nearly half have been traveling less than 90 miles per hour off the bat, but they're finding a way to get it done.
That one
Ball
misses.
4, outside.
So a leadoff walk.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone. That's a stone-cold take.
Noel V. Marte, the next to hit for the Reds. Quick move to first. Morgan dives back in safely.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get 1 out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
There's a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Got him. One out.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
One out, man at first. Next to hit, J.J. Bleday. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
1-2 now. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Two now. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's the first curve we've seen today, and it shouldn't be the last.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with the high fastball and then carry that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
The 1-1. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. That is the inning. Reds leave one. They lead this one, though, 5-1.
Now pitching.
We're back. It's the top of the ninth. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Caleb Ferguson. He's making his second appearance of the season. So stepping in for Boston, David Ortiz.
David Ortiz.
He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark. But obviously, out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
That's in there. That's strike 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Three and 2. Payoff pitch in the air to left center. And there's one away.
Up next for the Red Sox, center fielder Johnny Damon.
Here's the center fielder, Johnny Damon. Ferguson, in his 8th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, a sinker, and occasionally mixes in the slurve. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Pierce Johnson getting ready to go. Ashcraft warming up as well. The 2-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And they're down to their last out.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And he makes the catch. Ball game, and the Reds collect their first win of the season.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.